What's up, man? It's your boy Nile again on Nile JTV. New week. Good morning, everybody. 6:53. I'm on the way to work. And this morning, I just want to talk about consistency. Just staying on the path of your goals. You know, it takes a lot to stay focused. If you really want something in life, you really gotta work for it. Some things do come overnight, you know, if you just lucky like that, you know, it happens. But even then, when it looked like it came overnight, them people really put in the work. They had some form of consistency and kept working on stuff to get to wherever they wanted to be. I remember when I used to do like pressure washing, like 2021, I got pretty good at it. I was just needing another source of income. I got pretty good at it. I had started up all my equipment, you know, my entire setup. I did it all on my own. I branded myself. Only thing I never did was like I didn't make business cards. I was still trying to get my CDL right at the time, but I was only making like $16 an hour, and I was living in Little Rock, really grinding and hustling. I created, you know, my setup all together, and it started to go pretty good. Like I was coming back and forth from home in Little Rock, home in Maryland. I was having jobs down here. I had a couple jobs that I did, like in the Hot Springs area. I made like $850 in like one day off two pressure washing jobs. I say that to say, had I would have stuck from 2021 and I kept doing it, ain't no telling how far I would have been. But I probably could have people working for me, like just a bigger business. That was my goal, but I just didn't stick with it. When I got my CDL, I just thought that was the end all be all, really. I wouldn't even say it was. It got to a point I could have made that my end all be all. I could have done it the right way. I could have actually put some money behind it instead of just treating it like a job. But I mean, when you consistent with it, you gotta have like a career mindset, like a long-term mindset with it. You gotta have steps, you know, plans, and not just in the meantime kind of thing, you know, where I can just do this for the meantime. Down the line, how is this going to affect my life? How is this going to put me in a better position? So if I do it right, I'll be in a better position. I just want to, you know, put that into y'all. Like, if there's something that you want, you can do it. If it's what you want to do, ain't nothing stopping you from doing certain stuff, but it don't matter what it is. Like if you want to sell something, sell it. If you want to price it what you want to price it as, price it and sell it. One thing about people, when it comes to buying or purchasing or getting what they want, I guarantee y'all, every single one of my viewers, if it's something that you ever wanted in life, if it was like your last little bit, you probably bought it. Why wouldn't people do the same thing for you if you were selling a service or clothes or whatever? People would spend their last on what they want. It's been plenty of times I'd be on Facebook, I see people post a status or something like, I'm wondering if I should buy these Jordans or pay my rent. And you'll be surprised if people actually pay for the Jordans or whatever it is over the rent and just wait. Like if they want it bad enough, they'll buy it. It don't matter what the price is. Just talking this morning about staying consistent on your craft, putting in the effort, even when it don't go the way you want it to go off the rip, it don't mean it's not gonna work. Now, one thing I will add, if something does not work, just try to switch it up. Stop doing the same things, try something different. Don't be scared to try new things. With this YouTube stuff, this is something, like I ain't even no camera person. I just got the idea, and I just want to try it, give it a try. And so far, I really like it. You know, I hope my content is encouraging and is beneficial to the people that watch. You know, even if it's just something that you need to listen to. I want to be consistent with this job I got. It's long term for me, you know. I can really grow with it. That's the type of job I was looking for, you know, because I really want to be able to work for myself, and I got a lot of things I want to do to put me in position to really work for myself full time for good, you know. Because I don't like getting up Sunday or Monday morning and have to work for somebody else. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it because I really like my job. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine, you know, just think about all the people that really get to do what they want and have fun with it. And that's their job, that's their source of income. People ain't getting all this money and not happy with what they do. And if they are, they ain't happy a long time, because once that check come in, they cool. But for the most part, the people that you see, like podcasters, I mean, you know, content creators, or, you know, athletes or whatever, they love what they do. For the most of them, you know, you might have a few that, you know, they kind of lost their love for it, but you know, the money make up for it. But all I'm saying to say is, if you can see it, you can achieve it. Their reality ain't too much different from ours, but just the way they think. If you have a winning mindset, you gonna win. And that's the other thing I want to talk to y'all about, bouncing back. I went through a season where I felt like I would lose. This was like after I got my CDL, like I felt like I was in my winning season. But I had ran up like probably the most money I ever made in my life. But I mismanaged it. I thought I was doing right. I had bought a new truck. Y'all know me, most of y'all knew about it. Big body AMG Benz, man. I loved that vehicle. Turns out, a few months after I bought that truck, I lost my job. So I really couldn't afford it no more. Like, I was scraping by trying to afford that job. I kept it back a little over a year, but it just wasn't financially worth it though. Like, I just couldn't afford it no more, so I had to take it back. I had to take that L. That hurt. Like, that hurt to the core, because I worked hard, bro. Y'all don't even know. I was up late nights, early mornings, grinding. I'm not saying I did it just to get that, but that was just a piece of the pie. Like, it showed like what grinding and staying consistent can do for your life. Like, you can get whatever you want in life. And it's crazy because in 2019, I said I wanted to buy that exact same vehicle. And I didn't know how I was gonna do it at the time. Because I remember in 2019, of course, that model was like brand new. 100 plus bands easy, brand new. I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna get it. But like I said, I had lost my job. You know, I wouldn't say it was my dream job, but that's probably the best job I ever had. I drove when I wanted. I was out there in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, all the frac sand, and I had a cool boss. He gave me 32% off the load. Never met the man in real life, but I can still call him up to this day. But yeah, like, the economy got bad. When you doing frac sand, it's oil work, so it's up and down anyway. So I didn't know that. Like I said, I would have made a outlandish purchase like that had I known. But like, you live and you learn. Anyway, I lost that job, so I had stopped making that kind of money for a while. Now I'm back in a position where I can make that kind of money and then some. So my point is just not giving up on yourself, staying consistent. It's easy to give up. It's really easy to give up on yourself, especially when life ain't going the way you want it to go. It'll do you some curveballs, so you just have to weather the storm. Everything ain't gonna go the way you want it to go. That's adulthood, really. Once you grow up, you learn that. Like, you know, you just have to have a really strong winning mindset. If you think like a winner, you gonna win. If you think like a loser, you gonna lose. You know, like, I don't let negativity consume me. You know, because it will. Like, if you let it, negativity is the easiest thing to be consumed by. It's all the world is filled with. So, me personally, I just try to spread positivity to the people. You know, give y'all some game, encouragement. Remember, man, we stay in the line and apply. Appreciate y'all. Keep coming with y'all with good content, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all.